So I'm going to search for a picture for my mosaic project. I've settled on a bluebird. So I'm going to look up an image of a bluebird. When you first search for an image, it's going to give you everything on the web, and it's not going to center on images. So I'm going to say bluebird, and I've got the Miranda Lambert song. I'm sure if I went down, I would get the Naratu series as well. But I'm going to click images so that I get pictures of bluebirds or anything associated with bluebird. From here, I'll go to settings, because what I don't want is a picture with a small resolution. When I blow up my picture, I want it to have lots of detail and be clear. So I'm going to click on settings, advanced search. From here, I can narrow my results by image size as well as making sure I have a color portrait. And you want to pay attention to the usage rights. Because we are going to change things and do something creative to this as an artistic project, I'm okay with using all different images for usage rights. But if you were going to put something in, say, a brochure or on a t-shirt, then you would want to limit things to include only images that were not copyright. Okay, so image size, any size. I'm going to change this. You're going to want to go larger than 800 by 600, or you can even go larger than that and say advanced search. And now all of these should fall in those parameters. And I want to pick a picture that doesn't have a really complicated background. And all of these are pretty good with background. So all of these would work really well. Okay, and I want just one bird. And when I find a bird I like, I'm going to right click to copy it. But you cannot copy the thumbnail. The thumbnail picture is not going to be clear enough. It will be too small. It's not going to have the full amount of memory. So if I click on the thumbnail, over here on the right, the larger image will load. And I can even right click and I can open the image in a new tab. Okay, so right here, open image in new tab, and I would copy it from there. Now, I searched earlier because it always takes me a little while to find the exact picture I want to use. I searched earlier and I found this picture. So this is the picture I want to use. You can see it's large, it fills the screen. I know it's got a good resolution, and I know that when I enlarge it, it will be clear. So I'm going to right click and I'm going to say copy image. After that, you'll go and you'll double click to open the Photoshop program, and you will click edit. That is the orange circle when the program first loads. And that'll take you to the home base page for Adobe Photoshop. Now, I'm not going to use any effects, so I'm going to close those up so I don't see those, and those don't confuse me. And it is a full edit as well. So I'm ready to import my picture into Photoshop. So I'm going to say File, New, Image from clipboard. And what that's going to do is that is going to import my picture into Photoshop. If I had a picture saved on my desktop or in my OneDrive that I wanted to use, I would say File, Open, and you can just open a photo in Photoshop that way. Also, I want to take a look at the size. If I look down here, the size is 22 inches by 14 inches. I know that that's going to give me a good resolution and a good project. If it was, say, 3 inches by 2 inches, that wouldn't be large enough, and I'd have to start from the beginning and find a new picture. Now, I'm happy with my image, and I want to save this before I go any further. So I'm going to say File, Save As, and then I would go ahead and I would save it to my OneDrive. I like to save things to my OneDrive because then I know if anything happens with my computer, I've still got my image in the cloud. So I'm going to call this Bluebird Mosaic Part 1. And then I'll say save, and then I'm ready to go on to the next step. So that is how you select a picture, copy it, and import it into Photoshop.